Now, this is brilliant. This was a client of ours a long time ago. And I just want to explain to you how they looked at the business and how we looked at the business and how we could make more money by not growing the business, by looking after other variables. Just want to go through it. In this business, the revenue growth was 10.35%. The cost of goods sold was roughly 65%. Its overheads are roughly 35%. The effective interest rate currently in the marketplace was 11.89%. So currently you could go out into the short-term money market and get that sort of money. Okay? Its days receivables was 83 days. Its days inventory was 55 days. It had 55 days worth of stock. Its days payable, it was paying people in roughly 57 days. Okay, that's the scenario. Now, the business, the results were this. The profitability was 1%. Not great. Because I'm looking at those three variables only. The cash flow was minus $62,000. So more capital had to be invested in the business. It was burning cash. So either money had to come into the business through an overdraft or they had to loan down and stuff like that. And the other one was the return on capital employed was 3%. Not great. Trying to hit 18%. So it's not got a great profitability, and it's actually losing $62,000 worth in cash. Now, this is what the owner felt. Our initial rating of this business was profit weak, cash flow weak, return on capital employed weak. When approached with the information, the client immediately came to the conclusion that all he needed to do was to increase the volume of sales. Just sell more. Now, he's speaking my language. Yeah, let's sell more, sell more. But that wasn't the answer. Because I'll show you what happens if we sold more in this business. He wanted to increase the volume of sales to 20%, but don't address anything else. Don't look at receivables, don't look at payables, don't look at return on capital employed. Said this is the silver bullet, just increase sales. What happened? Revenue growth, 20%. Let's have a look. Profitability is 1%. Wow, I've grown, but profit-wise, I've actually gone backwards. Next one. Cash flow. I was burning 65,000. I've now learned how to burn more. I'm going, wow, what am I doing? The oil is leaking, but I'm accelerating the car. Guess what? I'm leaking more oil. I'm going, wow, can't do that. Not a good place to go. And the return on capital employed has basically stayed the same. Now here's what we decided to do after a lot of soul searching. Our rating after business, 10% increase in revenues where no other changes were. Profit is weak, cash flow is weak, return on capital employed. Nothing has changed. In fact, some of them have gone backwards. Our recommendation was to keep the volume of the sales. Don't sell anymore. And improve some of the weaker parameters of the business. So what did we say that we worked on? Were this. Reduce your cost of goods by 4%. And in this was very easy to do because we went back to the negotiated and we supplied with the negotiations and we went in hard. We painted them a great vision of where the business was going. We knew what we wanted to get, and we got it. We also then got rid of some of the excess staff that were actually just there, not really being productive. And we outsourced some of the functions that labour had. Reduced it by 4%. Not an amazingly difficult thing to do when your cost of goods sold is 65%. That is so easy to do. We reduced the overheads by 4%. Had a look at telecommunications, rent. And we got receivables, which was, I think, on average, about 85 days. We got it down to 23 days. We employed somebody who was very good at this. And she hit those phones, and she got those letters out, and she phoned people up, and she collected. And we got inventory down to 9 days. And we got payables up to 3 days. Let's see what the results were. 10%. Man, that's cool. 110, no improvement in sales. Next one. Cash flow. $360,000 in the black. I got money coming. I can now expand the business because I don't have to go out and beg for money. I don't have to give away my company. I don't have to go to a bank who are very volatile at the moment because they're all freaking out. And have a look at that amazing return on capital employed. Now, if you showed that to a venture capitalist, you think he's going to be excited? He's going to, man. Because venture capitalists are really simple. They just view everything as a business proposition. And if you're going to go down the venture capitalist road, give me a call. Because I'm telling you, I've been burnt, right? Because they don't have a passion for your business. They have a passion for making money. And when they cut so quickly you don't even know what day it is. Okay? And that's cool, just as long as you know that. So if you're going to get money, get it from family or friends first. Okay? Because they're a little bit more gracious in understanding how, it's just, there's better ways to raise capital than going for a venture capitalist, especially when you're a small business. Half of them wouldn't even want to talk to you anyway because they get 2,000 submissions every day. The rating after the business. Profit was strong, cash flow was strong, return on capital employed is strong. Now let's have a look. Original, 1%. Client strategy, let's increase it by 20%. Sales, let's touch nothing else. Went down. Our strategy, don't touch it, improve the other variables, 10%. Summary, cash flow, original, burning, 62,000. Improved sales, leaks, 110,000. Our strategy, $360,000 turnaround. Return on capital employed, 3%. May as well put your money in the bank. Client strategy, 3.13%. Wow, you're not going to get a return like that from a bank. That is extraordinary.